Hi, this is Eddie Hearn, and you're watching Lights Out.
This is FAISAL Khan for Lights Out, and with me via Zoom, I'd like to be joined by Mr. Jack Turner, all the way from sunny Scotland. Jack, good afternoon to you, mate. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, mate. Thank you.
Good. Thank you very much for taking your time out to join us. Obviously, been looking at your Instagram as of lately. See, you've been keeping yourself in shape, been keeping very active in the gym. Jack, is it just a case now waiting for that date to return back into the ring? Because I know you've had a very, very long layoff from the ring.
Yeah, it's just, I think now it's just about getting myself ready and expecting that kind of call up to start everything again. The way I'm looking at it anyway is I'm only 2-0 as a pro, so when I go back in, I feel like I'm starting all over again due to the fact that you said I've had a long layoff. So I feel for me, it's just about starting from the beginning, starting fresh and then pushing on.
As I just mentioned, you've been out of the ring for quite a while now. The last time you was in the ring was in the summer of 2019. Everybody knows the situation last year. We lost at least 4 to 6 months of boxing due to the pandemic. But what's your story? What's the reason for this long layoff from outside of the ring?
So I was just had a long layoff to the fact that I was in the midst of moving promotion team and obviously getting released from my contract. It took quite a while, and then when I got released, obviously the pandemic struck. So it was one of the things that just everything went completely wrong for me. And then it was just like even at the start of my career, when I tried to get my boxing license, I get stalled as well, and it was absolutely torture.
Obviously, it's a slow start to your pro career, but now you're sort of on the right track to return back to the ring. You're currently managed by MTK Global, which is considered one of the best management companies in the game today. What can you tell us about the plans for 2021? I mean, I take it you've sat down and you've spoken with MTK Global, and they've told you how many times they can expect to see you out in the ring this year.
So I've left MTK Global. I actually left MTK. Yeah, so I signed with. So that was the reason I've been stopped for so long. I left MTK last year. I got released, and I moved to St Andrews Sporting Club. My promoter now and manager is Ian Wilson. So I went with them. So that was the kind of, I wanted a more, MTK were great and all that, absolutely phenomenal. I just feel that they've got so much going on that focus was kind of not getting put. I felt was not getting put on the boys that were trying to come up and coming. Whether with the new boy I'm with, obviously is up here in Scotland. I feel that I know him. I think it's a bit more of a personal thing. Do you know what I mean? So he wants the best for me. It's a bit of a more personal relationship. He knows what I want, and he can get me what I want.
If we have a look at obviously the story of yourself, you know, you've had a good amateur career. You represented Scotland on numerous occasions. You fought some top names in the amateurs as well, such as Lee McGregor, Kash Farouk, Louis Lynn. Now, obviously, you're currently being trained under Alex Arthur, who's got a good reputation down in Scotland. Is it a case of looking at yourself and thinking that there's a huge talent in there, but you've just not been pushed in the right direction at the early stages of your career?
Yeah, I feel that it's just kind of went a bit wrong for me at the start, but at the end of the day, you kind of got to overcome adversity, haven't you? At the end of the day, it's a tough sport as it is. So no matter what's thrown at me, I'll always just kind of push forward and get on with it. I believe I can get to where I want to. Now it's obviously the pandemic stuff, it's time, but as soon as I get myself back going, I know I'm going to be kind of pushing for everything, especially at Super-Bantamweight. So I don't see it being a problem. I'm not looking at it as a negative point of view or a negative aspect. I'm just kind of always in a positive mindset, going, right, I can get there. It's just getting myself back in the ring and pushing forward towards it.
That was obviously the next question we were going to lead to. You mentioned Super-Bantamweight. I understood that you've fought at featherweight as well in the past, but is 100% your weight at Super-Bantamweight?
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be my weight, is Super-Bantam. I'm not a featherweight. I feel I'm at my most comfortable at Super-Bantam, and I can take a lot of attributes with me, like my height, my reach and all that. So I'll use that to my advantage. So I think pushing down into Super Bantam is definitely the best move for me.
Definitely a very exciting division to be a part of. Lots of good fighters coming through. Who would you say that you've got as the king of that super bantamweight division right now?
See, I don't really. That's just terrible. But I'm not. I don't take much interest in it now, just due to the fact that I'm only just starting my career. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just kind of focused on myself. But now, what's the boy's name? He's got the British in Commonwealth. What's his name?
Brad Foster.
Ah, that's the one. Yes. He's a class fighter. Do you know what I mean? Really, really good. Watched him a few times, and I like his kind of his style and all that. But these are the boys that obviously I'm not calling anybody out or shouting any names. I'm not in that position. I'm just starting my career. But these are the boys that I look to be boxing later in my career, and all that kind of thing.
Well, it's good that you've got that ambition to be in there with the big names one day in your career. That's what you boxers get into the sport for, to obviously one day be in these big mega fights and to have these ambitions to be pushing for world titles and to be setting up the great domestic clashes that British fans love. Final question, probably not one you want me to bring up, but I can see you're wearing a Celtic top right now. It's been a tough time for any Celtic fan. Obviously Rangers won the league on the weekend. How confident are you that the boys, as they're known as, bounce back next season, because it is a pretty good Rangers team right now that you've got to battle to get back that league title of yours?
Obviously for us Celtic fans it's been tough, but I feel once we kind of get back into when next season starts, I see us kind of pushing back to the top. I know a lot of Rangers fans are going to want no chance and all that kind of malarkey, but I see us going back to the top. I see it's just a wee bit of a rebuild for us, and then pushing back to the top.
Well, it's definitely exciting times. I mean, because as I just mentioned, it is a very good Rangers side, so it's nice to see a bit of competitiveness back in the Scottish League. And listen, Celtic, the link with some big names as managers, such as Rafa Benitez. So it'd be good if someone like Rafa Benitez went down to Celtic. You'd have Rafa, Steven Gerrard. It'd be brilliant.
No, definitely, it'd be absolutely class. It's good to see it's booming again, and it's good to see. Obviously, it's hard for a Celtic fan, but I suppose Rangers getting the first title is a good thing.
What can the fans expect to see from you in 2021 this year? Hello?
For me, 2021, I just see myself being active in the ring and pushing forward.
Well, we hope to see that as well. Right. Well, Jack, listen, thank you very much for your time, mate. Really appreciate you coming on here, and keep a close
pleasure, mate.
And hopefully you get.
Thanks so much, mate.
Not a problem. Pleasure's over. That was Jack Turner. Thank you very much for talking to Lights Out.
Thanks, mate. Thanks so much, mate. Pleasure.
Take care now, buddy. Bye-bye.
You as well, mate.